Hello, what's going on everybody? It's JB Clary here with another episode of the Burnley Career Mode. I hope you're doing very well. Today we play Hull City, newly promoted of course back to the Premier League after a season out. We play them at Turf Moor. We usually have a very good record against Hull at Turf Moor, so hopefully what will happen will be no exception. But Hull are a decent side. They've drawn their first two games. They're in mid-table. We've won our first two games. But we can't take Hull lightly because this will be a very, very tough game. Would Burnley get the 3 points today, or would Hull shock the world, maybe take a point, maybe even take all three? Let's go back to 3 o'clock this afternoon and find out what actually happened between Burnley and Hull City at Turf Moor. Well, warm welcome to you all as Burnley step out to try and get making 3 out of 3 against Hull, who have drawn their first 2 games already this season and lying mid-table in the Premier League. Burnley are top. Well, Balotelli got 4 in the last game against Swansea, a tremendous 4-goal blitz, and he'll be gunning for Hull City today. And Burnley named that very same 11 this afternoon. Has started against Swansea. There is the one change on the bench. Will Hughes, who was out with that injury that kept him out of the World Cup, well, he comes back to be amongst the substitutes this afternoon. And what about Steve Bruce's Hull City? Guattari is the goalkeeper. Abel Hernandez and Diamandi will play up front. Livermore, Myler and number 17 Diami are the midfield 3, with Taylor and Al Mohammadi wingbacks. Made a decent enough start. Hull, two draws out of 2, undefeated so far, same as Burnley. Difference is Burnley have 4 more points better than them and are top of the Premier League on goal difference. They've banged in 7 already this season in 2 games as Roger East prepares to get this underway. So the 3rd weekend of the Barclays Premier League, Burnley against Hull City is away. All my well-being favourites, the Clarets, to win today. Of course, defending champions going for a 3rd league title. And this will be the last game before players will be able to try and bring in extra resources on deadline day. Neymar goes forward. Good Shepard, and Guattari getting right behind that one. That's a very good piece of goalkeeping. Dio Rodriguez. It's a good ball to Neymar. Not like a foul there. 3 kick to Burnley. Neymar taking it quickly. That's a good play. Bit of play. Balotelli with a shot, and it's gone in. Well, what about that for precision there? The quickly taken 3 kick. Great thinking there by Neymar. And Balotelli shot across the face of the goal. In off the post. And the threat that was Hull City, that Hull City have to watch. Well, it hasn't taken him 10 minutes to get the opening goal. Mario Balotelli, who scored 30 goals in the league last season, has 6 now, and we've not even played 2.5 games. 1-0 after just 10 minutes. Anyone wanting sort of over a dozen games here? And that was on a Monday night back in 2013. Danny Higgs, good effort, and the goalkeeper couldn't hold it. And just got in there before the follow-up could be finished. Neymar. Shot goes wide of the target from the Brazilian. He looks a player, this fella, signed on a free transfer. Balotelli. Schmelzer. Rodriguez. Shawcross. Trippier. Halfway through the first period of the first half. Myler has injured Trippier, who's gone down with a niggling injury. Now this could be problems here for Burnley. With Trippier badly out of position, the whistle's gone for a free kick. Now what does the referee do here? Shawcross gets a yellow. I think more than anything he was trying to stop this cross, and I think that's why he's taking umbrage, and the crowd are taking umbrage with the referee, with referee Roger East. I think he's trying to block the cross, and momentum takes him into the Hull City player, and that is why I think he has been cautioned. So Taylor with a free kick then for Hull. 2 in the Burnley wall. Trippier, I think he's okay to continue. There's the ball in, but Butland is there. Here he is now. Feeling any after effects of that challenges, thankfully. Here's Myler. The Army, Hull having a little bit of pressure here. Oh, good effort by the Army, and it's just over the top of the crossbar. Good move there from Hull, and the Army not far away. Butland, who kept his Shawcross, Jack Butland, who's kept his first clean sheet so far this season against Swansea, beaten the other 4-3 games he's been playing. Rodriguez, good effort, good save at the near post, and then hoisted away to safety. Spelser, Neymar, Trippier, Shawcross, touch was a bit heavy, but Neymar he found, and Neymar shoots, and the goalkeeper punches it away. Bojan knocking it back in, Balotelli going in there with the goalkeeper, and what's he giving here? Balotelli complaining. I think he's given a free kick. I'm not sure if it was offside. Certainly a foul on the goalkeeper. It had to be one or two things, offside or a foul on the goalkeeper. Al Mohammadi. The ball in. Oh, now then. Was there another foul there? Well, everything is happening at the end of the first half. Referee has decided to book the offender, which was Bojan. Again, the Burnley fans aren't liking this decision. Did he try to charge the cross down? I think he was trying to, and he's just tripped down Mohammadi. I think a yellow card was a bit of an overreaction from the referee. It is a free kick, mind you. Taylor will take it. And can Hull City, who have drawn their first 2 games, get themselves a leveller, before half time. And they almost did, but the whistle goes. And Burnley hold the lead, ascend the lead, mind you. Hull have had a couple of opportunities, but Mario Balotelli, 6th of the season, separate Burnley and Hull, with Burnley leading at the break by 1-0. Welcome back to the second half. Subotic and Hughes. Subotic making his debut, and Will Hughes getting a standing ovation. And coming back from a long-term injury, Bojan and Shawcross, the 2 men who were booked, both are not risks for the second half. The last thing Stutzy wants is suspensions at the start of the season. And Will Hughes getting his first touch back as a Burnley player again after all those months out through injury, and plays almost a lovely ball, but Miguel cuts it out. Schmelzer, lovely touch. Hughes, shot was charged down. The Army, who came closest than anyone else in the first half to piercing the Burnley goal, but here's Myler, former Sunderland man. And he's still going, and he's found Hernandez, and it was almost panic stations in the Burnley defence. Hughes, good ball, goalkeeper off limits and clears. Stones. Smelser keeps it going. And the ball back to Jack Butland. Hour gone. Burnley 1 up. Neymar. Trippier. Oof. Not a good ball. Myra. Up until there, Burnley were bossing possession rather well. This time Butland gets on the end of it. And gets Neymar again on his way. Hughes is up ahead of him. Hughes now trying to set Balotelli behind the defence, but Hogan is there. And the goalkeeper took a chance and got away with it. In the first game after transfer deadline day for Burnley is against Watford. Ings takes possession. Subotic intercept. Trippier, good ball, but Miguel again cutting it out. Second half starting to get a little bit scrappy here. Hernandez, Taylor, and that ball back, and it could be trouble. Oh, it's an own goal! I don't believe it. Another defensive calamity for Burnley. Hull get the equaliser. 4,000 of their supporters go mad, and it's Will Hughes. Oh, you must feel some sympathy for him. Hughes knocking it back. I don't know why he was trying to knock it back. And then it must have ricocheted off the back of Heaton's backside, but the goal is credited to Will Hughes, and it's 1-1. Balotelli, good piece of opportunity. But Burnley's 100% record about to end. And our Hull about to claim a third consecutive draw at the start of the season. Hughes. They'll be determined to make up for that own goal. And they almost did. Firing wide. Well, we're into 3 added minutes. And it looks as if a creditable point for Hull. It could get better for them now. He's gone for the cross. That Brave tried to go out and win it. They didn't push too many men forward. And referee brings it to a close. Well, Burnley will be disappointed by that. A sloppy own goal from Will Hughes, returning after quite a number of months out for injury. Don't think got up to the pace. Burnley had led from the 10th minute for Balotelli, but Burnley were frustrated by a stubborn Hull defence. The second half became scrappy. Hull got themselves that own goal equaliser, and Burnley's 100% record has gone. But they still remain unbeaten both sides. Hull pick up their third consecutive draw, and Burnley drop points at home for the first time this season. Final score then, Burnley 1, Hull City 1. Well, 1-1. It's not the worst result in the world, I suppose. But really, against the newly promoted side, we should have won that one, really. But to be fair to Hull, they dug in there, they frustrated us. And in the end, probably got themselves a point they possibly deserve on balance. So let's give Steve Bruce and his troops a little bit of credit. They did well. They've drawn their third game so far this season out of 3. We've dropped our first points of the season, so we're now in second place on goal difference from Liverpool and Arsenal. Norwich are the only team now, amazingly, who have the one remaining 100% record in the Barclays Premier League. And the bottom 3 is a little bit surprising. Everton, even though they're nearly promoted, you'd still expect them to be further up than 18th. And even worse, Manchester United in 19th place. QPR bringing up the rear. Now, as I failed to mention at the start, we do actually have the summer transfer deadline day, of course, and this is where for the next sort of 5-6 minutes I play Jim White. without the yellow tie, of course, as I'm only communicating by voice at the moment. I haven't got the facilities to actually do use any cameras at the moment, so you're having to rely on my own voice at the moment. But it's always a time where players, managers and players and clubs try and get extra players in. We're just looking through, see what is saleable, what isn't saleable. I mean, you look at the prices for some of the players now that we got on the books. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is now worth 3.1, but he is still a low need. We are looking at possibly bringing him in as well. We do have 46 million to play with if we wanted to, so we decided to have a look in the Premier League, and we were looking at possibly bringing in an extra couple of players. We weren't sure what we were going to bring in, so we decided we needed an extra attacker. Well, we went for another attacker just to see who we could have brought in. It's hard when you've got a very good squad there. We were a bit stuck in that particular region, and then we thought, well, we had a look, and you know, we've got to obviously keep within our boundaries. We've got a very good squad as it happens, and we were looking around to see what we could find. Obviously, we don't want to be paying over the odds for players. I mean, you know, for certain players, I don't want to be paying any more than £20 million. We got Balotelli actually. How we got Balotelli? If you remember, we got him on a pre-contract, so. In theory, it only cost about £70 a week. We actually have been we put an inquiry in about Harry Kane, Tottenham's hot shot. So we wait to hear from that. So we've got 9 hours literally left of the deadline, and Harry Kane, Mauricio Pochettino wants £28 million, which, to be fair, is an astronomical amount of money. We have a bid coming for Nabil Bentaleb. They bid 8 million. We say he's worth 9, so we actually go a million over the valuation and counter offer for 10 million. Because we want to get value for money for the player. And they look at that, Frankfurt, they go, well, we decided to go for 9.5. It is over the valuation. It's 500,000 less than what we were hoping for. But we've decided to accept it because it is 500 grand over what his value is, and if teams are prepared to pay over the odds for players, that's fair enough. So Bentaleb has gone to Frankfurt for £9.5 million. He was a very good servant for us for quite a number of seasons, but we felt the need now. Now we've got Neymar, and we've got Bojan, we've got Will Hughes and Loftus-Cheek, all these young players starting to come through. We do need to trim down the midfield area. I do think we do have too many positions in that area, but we are still, as you can see, are looking still for a striker. We do have 4 at the club: Balotelli, Danny Ings, our main 2, and then you've got the backups in Dwight Gale and you've got the backup in Dwight Gale. So we were looking around for another striker. We had a look at Rondon. We had a look at 1 or 2 others. We needed a backup striker really, and out of the corner of my eye popped up this fella. He's 29 years old. He's called Julian Sheba. I had to have a quick think about it. We needed a backup, as I say, we needed a backup striker really. You know, it wasn't an essential thing, so we put an inquiry in, I think, for him to his club. I think it was to Berlin. It came back and he was worth £6.5 million, and I thought, well, you know, it's not often, you know, £6.5 million in this day and age is quite a bargain for a striker, especially even if he's a backup striker, because he's a big, bulgy centre forward. He's coming towards the peak of his career. I know he's going to be used sparingly, probably for cup games and substitute appearances, but he wanted I think he wanted 45 grand and 50 grand a week, so I gave him squad rotation for a little bit more. He wanted 45 initially, but I thought I was like, give him 5 grand more and just keep him at squad rotation. That way I'm played it safe. So I did that. There were 3 hours left, and this was probably, as you can see, Liverpool won the race with Rui Patricio, and we've signed now Julian Schieber. He signed for 2 or 3 seasons for 50 grand a week. I think that's a good thing. So we brought Neymar, Powell, Butland, Smeltzer, Subotic and Schieber in, and that is a very, I thought we had a very good window. We needed, we needed to freshen the side up a bit. We got Neymar in on the pre-contracts in January, as you well know, so we already had him in at the start of the window, so we were very pleased about that. I can't really believe my eyes that Neymar is actually playing for us, for Burnley Football Club. Still, we're going to the final hour of the deadline day. We do no further business. There was an approach made for Dele Alli, but we don't really need him now. So I wasn't really too bothered at that particular moment. We've done some cracking deals. That was the end of the transfer deadline day. We had to do some squad. We had to sort out the squad for the European Championship qualifiers. As you know now, we are defending our European Championship trophy, even though we still have to qualify. I mean, we're holders of the thing, and yet we still have to qualify for it. I just don't understand. To be perfectly honest, why we have to actually qualify for the thing in the first place, but there you go. We bring Will Hughes in the side. Daniel Sturridge, would he play? Would he be able to play? Well, the fact was he was injured, but it was enough really to say he was fit enough to be in the squad. Let's put it that way. And as you know, the transfer deadline ended. We only got 1 player in, and that was Schieber. So we've got 4 capable strikers now. We've got Ings and Balotelli, Dwight Gale and Schieber. That's fantastic, and I'm absolutely pleased as punch with my business in the summer window. Well, that brings us to the end of the episode. Hope very much you can join me for the next episode, where we take on Watford at Vicarage Road. Always a tough game. Don't forget to leave a like on the channel, on the video. Don't forget to subscribe to JB Clark 1983. YouTube, Twitter, Stutzy83, that's the address. From all of us here, see you later and take care. Ta-ra for a bit. Bye bye.